Hello. It's been a while. I want to apologize for being largely silent, both here and on the Discord. I don't want to get into it, but life and work that pays has been quite difficult and demanding lately, and I've had a lot less time than I'd like to work on the game. Regardless, progress is continuing, and in this video, I mainly want to show the progress on the Greatship. At more than twice the displacement of the previously largest ship, the Saettia, ship this size has introduced a lot of issues I had not previously considered, mostly surrounding the number of meshes and materials. I've significantly expanded on the zoning system, allowing for much more efficient culling of objects behind closed doors, but it's still not quite where I'd like it to be, as performance can be noticeably impacted, at least on lower powered systems that might already struggle with the demands imposed by the cloth sim in particular. With this ship, and all of them for that matter, it's very important to me to let the rigging and the sailcloth react to the environment. I want to reduce the somewhat static feel some sailing games have had in the past. It's not complete, but I want the rigging to feel very fluid and alive, with each spar functioning both independently and as a part of its tethered neighbors. At the same time, I want the usage of these sails to be relatively simple so that it's not a complete nightmare to manage large four-masted ships like this one. I have also made a large number of adjustments to the sailing logic with regards to battened sails. So they should react much more realistically now and allow for a more controllable experience through things like non-uniform alignment, for example, to manage heel. I do intend to add either more cargo types and sizes or eventually fully alternate uses of ships, as just the first deck of this ship can hold something like 250 units of cargo, and for 500 plus on the whole ship is just a bit excessive for the nature of trading offered in this game. So it's definitely a bit of an impractically large ship at this point, but it's also just fun to look at big things. As for other changes, I've continued refining the islands for both performance and appearance, and I mostly have the Kalian shipyard functional now. So there are 2 shipyards, one for each culture's ship types. A fair bit of time has gone into the creation and writing of little points of interest and lore items for those that like that sort of thing. And during all of this, bug fixing and some performance optimization has continued. Now, for those wanting an update, I am still planning for an early access release this year, hopefully late summer or fall, but it's not a hard commitment at this point, as, again, things have been very busy and somewhat difficult lately. I am also very concerned about releasing in a state that is fairly sparse and buggy and with performance issues. I want to provide a product that is genuinely enjoyable, but at the same time, I'm going to have to push it out at some point, and it is difficult to clean up the development of many of the moving parts in the game without having anyone out there to test things. So with that in mind, the release I'm looking for or planning on is going to be at a fairly significantly reduced price point to what I would aim for it to be at full release, given that the amount of content is not exactly overwhelming, and there's definitely some bugginess and performance issues, although I am working my best to clean those out. It's a much bigger matter when it's on 100 different system types, and I'm sure there's plenty of things I have not sorted out yet or caught. So I'm hopeful that people will understand that I'm not trying to throw out buggy unfinished mess. I am in an early access period, such as it is. So if you are interested in the game but you are wanting a more complete project, I would advise you to try something like the ever excellent Sailwind until this project is at a more mature state. But with all of that said, the content at release of early access has not changed. I'm aiming for 6 playable ships. That would be the Patawakang, the Caravel, the Zebek, the Junk, the Saettia, and the Greatship. And if you're feeling adventurous, you could include 2 deployable rowboats, 1 for each culture type. There will be 6, possibly 7 islands. Gameplay involving exploration, trading, fishing, and general ship management. A few special locations. And I am still planning to set an introductory price in the $12 to $15 range, depending on which currency we're talking about. And anyone who has financially contributed through Patreon will get the game at no cost. You do not need to be a current contributor, just anyone who has financially donated at some point, as I very much appreciate any contribution you have given. And on that note, I wanted to send out a personal thank you to the contributors on Patreon, that being Vertigo, Caleb Davis, ALA, PEKH, Boaty McBoatface, Hooniga Hoogs, Impossible Package, Nathan Hoy, Randall Stevenson, RG Lock, Rick Patton, Tyler Ellis, XCal13, Dan Harrison, Colin Dasson, Benjamin LaFay, and Cameron Worthy. Thank you all very much. It is very much appreciated.